Yes, sir.
They grow on hard ground. They depend on the rain from the sky. But there's something special about this fig tree, for it was planted in a vineyard.
Yes, sir. Yes.
See, number one, a vineyard has the soil is fertile.
Yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
In other words, when God planted you and I, he planted us on fertile ground.
Yeah. Yes.
Can I bring it home for a minute? Fertile ground means he planted us in his word.
Yeah.
And every time you show up and get the word inside of you, have a God a witness, you're being fertilized.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all don't believe that, do you? Every time you kneel down to pray, have I got a witness? You're being fertilized. Yeah. Every time you read God's word and you obey his word, you're being fertilized. Yeah. Yeah. Why? Because you have been planted in his vineyard. The ground has certain nutrients in it. It causes the tree to flourish and to be fruitful. In the vineyard, there was someone, watch this, who cared for the tree. Yeah. You know what I'm glad about Reverend Johnson is that when he planted us in his vineyard, he didn't leave us to grow by ourselves. I wish I had somebody walk with me. He ain't going to take me long, but I'm going to shout it too. Have I got a witness? He didn't take God long when he planted us in his vineyard. Have I got a witness? He had somebody to care for us. In other words, he said, I'm going to plant them in my vineyard, but I need somebody to care for them. I need somebody to water them with the word. I need somebody to pray for them when they can't pray for themselves. I need somebody not to give up on them. Have I got a witness? See, the ground was fertile. Have I got a witness? The ground contained nutrients. Where the tree could grow. Have I got a witness? Where the tree could do nothing else but produce fruit. Have I got a witness? You know, sometimes I look at folk who say, I don't know what I'm doing on planet Earth. Have I got a witness? I don't know what my life is going to be here on planet Earth. But can I tell you that God created us for a purpose? I heard one preacher say, no man has the right to do nothing. I think I need to say that again. I say, no man has the right to do nothing. Have I got a witness? God planted us on planet Earth so that we could do something. Have I got a witness? So that we could produce fruit that folk, when they would look at us, would see a difference in us. Have I got a witness? That we ain't got, that we're nothing, that we're not just leaves, but we got fruit on our tree.
Bless you.
First thing I want you to see in this text, have I got a witness here? And the first thing is when the vine dresser planted the tree in the garden. The first thing I see is a reasonable request.
My Lord.
Have I got a witness? A reasonable request, which meant that he planted the tree in the garden.
Yes, sir.
And the reasonable request was this, is that it bear fruit. Have I got it with it? Sometimes God asks us to do things. Sometimes God asks us to be obedient in things. Sometimes God asks us to love your enemy. Have I got it with it? Sometimes God asks you to pray for your enemy. Sometimes God asks you to be forgiving. Have I got a witness? And it's a reasonable request.
My Lord.
He planted the tree in the garden, Sister Banks. And it wasn't anything out of the ordinary, Sister Hamilton, because it was a reasonable request. All he wanted the tree to do was to produce fruit. Have I got a witness? But when you look at the text, it said year after year. He came to see if there were any fruit on the tree. Have I got a witness? But he found none. First year, Sister Taylor, he came to see if the tree was a praying tree.
Come on, Doc.
Have I got a witness? And he found that the tree stopped praying. Are y'all going to pray with me? I'm going to shout now.
Come on, Doc.
Because y'all looking sleepy anyway, eh? Have I got a witness? He found that the tree has stopped praying. Are you praying with me? He says, I don't understand because it's on fertile ground. It got nutrients that it ought to be growing. Have I got a witness to a fruitful tree? Are you praying? But aren't you glad the vine dresser didn't give up on the tree the first year? Because the text says, he said, well, maybe it hadn't reached its full potential. Maybe I need to fertilize it a little bit more. Have I got a witness? Maybe I need to send it through some storms and some rain. Are you praying with me? But the tree stayed there for another year. Second year he came and he found no figs on the tree. Have I got a witness? I told you it was a reasonable request. Every time he came to see if there was any fruit on the tree, he got a redundant report. Are you praying with me? Sometime God asks us why you didn't do what I told you to do. And instead of finding, have I got a witness, a reasonable request, we give God a redundant report. Have I got a witness? We tell God, well, I would have done this, but so-and-so kept me from doing that. Are you praying with me? I would have been a better Christian, but on my job, I kept getting looked over. Are you praying with me here? I would have been a better prayer, but every time I knelt down to pray, the devil kept reminding me that God don't answer prayer. Have I got a witness? But God said, well, I'll give him another year. Are you praying with me? I'll send him some preachers. I'll send him some Sunday school teachers. I'll send him some ushers. Have I got a witness? I'll send him through some Bible study. I'll send him through some prayer meeting. And maybe the time I send him through that, they'll be bearing some fruit. Have I got a witness? Another year passed, and when the gardener came, he looked on the tree. He saw some leaves. He said, well, maybe there's some fruit that's under the leaves. But when he raised up the leaf, it was still fruitless. Have I got a witness? Well, can't you see him disappointed? Can't you see him frustrated? Because the tree he had planted didn't bear any fruit. Have I got a witness? The third year came. He came back. He looked at the tree he planted. He said, I created this tree. I gave it good ground. Have I got a witness? I gave them some Bible teaching. I gave them a good example. I gave them everything they needed, and still they bear no fruit. Have I got a witness? And now I hear him saying there's nothing left to do but cut it down. Have I got a witness? Don't you know that you and I were just like that tree? We bore no fruit, and God decided, I think I'll cut them down. Have I got a witness? Can't you see the devil telling God there'll be no good? Have I got a witness? Look at all you done for them, and they're still no good. Have I got a witness? And God said, well, maybe I'll cut it down. But I'm glad, so glad for a gardener. Can I tell you who the gardener is? His name is J-E-S-U-S. Have I got a witness? Jesus said, I know you're disappointed. I know you want to cut them down, but give them another chance. Have I got a witness? Spare them another year. And what I'll do, I tell you what I'll do. I'll dig around it. Have I got a witness? I'll even dung it. Can I tell you what dung means? Dung is cow manure. Have I got a witness? But let me tell you what Jesus did. He said, not only will I dig around it, he said, but I dung it. You see, if you ever fertilize anything, you have to stick your hands in it. Have I got a witness? Can I tell you what Jesus did? He got down in our mess. Have I got a witness? We were no good. We deserve to die. But this Jesus, he got in our mess. Have I got a witness? He said, Lord, let me get my hand dirty. Have I got a witness? I'm glad, so glad. This Jesus said, Lord, give them one more year. I'll dig around it. I'll work with them. I'll be an example. I'll show them what love really is. They just need a little special attention. Have I got a witness? I love them when nobody else will love them. Have I got a witness? But I'm glad, so glad. Can I get a witness? I'm glad. You see, a fig tree was valuable, and when the Lord said cut it down, it became worthless. It became useless. You see, the world looks at us like that. Have I got a witness? The world won't invest in us when we don't have any money. The world won't invest in stocks when the stocks is losing money. Have I got a witness? But this man Jesus, when we're down and when we're out, when we're poor, he gets right in and said, now let me dig around it. Have I got a witness? Aren't you glad that God sent Jesus? He came to dig in our mess. Have I got a witness? But I'm glad, so glad, so glad that in 2011, have I got a witness? He had